Hi guys, welcome to the Wellbeing Project, week number 2, our mindset component. I hope you've all had a fantastic week 1. It's been great to see so many of you in all of the classes and hearing about all of your wonderful cooking of the meals out of the eating plan. So well done, give yourselves a pat on the back, great job. It's been really good week. So, and hopefully you've achieved all of your week 1 goals too. And we'll talk about that a bit more later. So week 1, obviously Monday, motivation levels were incredibly high. You're probably all pumped, excited, amped, focused. Yep, got everything down pat. You knew exactly what you were going to be doing. You're all excited and anticipating really good results. And then as the week went on, motivation levels might have started to ebb. It was probably a little bit harder when the alarm went off before the 6 a.m. class, or a little bit harder to choose the right foods and stay away from the wine at the end of the day and the chocolate. And so why is that? Why is it that, motivation comes and goes like that and leaves us high and dry? Well, it's because it's an emotional state. So it is an emotion. It comes, it goes. We have highs, lows, it ebbs, it flows. It is not a permanent state, unfortunately. So what do we do? Well, we can't obviously rely on motivation. So what do we rely on? We rely on our commitment to our goals and what we want to achieve, which is why I love this so much. It's why I get people to, make that vision, get clear on their why, and then set the goals, because it's getting that emotional connection with what they want. And that is what is going to get you through when you are unmotivated. Because to be successful with behavior change and whatever it is you want to achieve, you need to stay focused, committed, productive and proactive, all in the absence of motivation, because it will leave you, believe me, if it hasn't already. So hopefully it hasn't. All right, so what else do we want to talk about this week? I want to talk about getting uncomfortable. Anything you want to achieve in life, there is some discomfort that comes with it. So if you're wanting to lose weight, if you're wanting to get fit, there's going to be lots of discomfort that comes along with that. And a lot of you have already experienced that this week. You've got sore, aching muscles and bodies, and you have, you've struggled to not eat certain foods, or you've struggled to cook certain foods. It's all come with a lot of discomfort. But anything good in life generally has an element of discomfort to it. Anything that's worth having, that is. Whether you're saving for a holiday and sacrificing and going without things, or I don't know, can't think of another example at the moment, but a lot of anything that's good generally comes with some comfort. So stop, expecting instant results. This is a long-term thing. We do get caught up in this day and age of that instant gratification, because everything with technology is so instant now, and credit cards enable us to get everything we want straight away. There's no waiting, no delaying. Unfortunately, with weight loss, we do have to wait. It is a long journey, and fitness and everything else that comes with it. Sorry, just got something come up on my screen. So so be prepared to get uncomfortable and stop having that sort of instant gratification mindset. We do need to put in the work. What we're trying to do is get our little sometimes behaviours that we've established this week. We want them to become our habits, our all the time habits that we are always doing. Okay, so what else do I want to talk about? One of our let's go on to values. So in our booklet this week, hopefully you've printed off week 2, we're going to look at values, your values. So basically, values are what you stand for. They are, in the emotional states. They'll make you feel, happy, proud, fulfilled, satisfied. So people talk about if you live in alignment with your core values, that you will be happier. And I think we all want to be happier. So it's really important to identify your values. What are your values? What do you stand for? And what when you are living in alignment with these, what are they? What makes you feel fulfilled and satisfied and proud of yourself? Now, there are obviously hundreds of values. I've written on there, if you Google it, you'll come up with hundreds. So do that exercise. Google it, have a look through the list and work out what resonates with you. What do you feel are your core values? What, if you live in alignment with them, what do you think they would be? What things would they be? So if we're not living in alignment with our values, that would be someone who says they value health, but they smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. It could be a married person who says they value marriage and loyalty, yet they go and have an affair. Or it could be someone who says they value family, yet they choose to spend most of their time at work, playing golf, going out with mates, whatever it is. So have a little think about that. Do that exercise. It's very interesting to see what you do think your true core values are. We also look at this week obstacles. So what obstacles are getting in your way from achieving your goals, or what could potentially get in your way down the track? And then you want to come up with some strategies to overcome those obstacles. So if they haven't, you may have already faced a few this week, and that if that's the case, jot them down and come up with some strategies. Otherwise, they could be potential obstacles that might come up over the next few weeks or down the track. So whether it's, mates or girlfriends ringing up to see if you want to go out on the drink, but you're trying to not drink alcohol, or the friend that wants you to go out for coffee and cake, yet you're trying to not eat cake. It might just be more to do with your family life, kids' activities getting in the way of you getting to the gym and getting your exercise done. So look at different alternatives of how, if that is one, well, what exercise could you do while your child is playing sport? If they play football, could you do something there at the same time? Or so have a good think about any obstacles you have come up against, or any that could arise in the future, and then really have a good think about finding some great strategies to overcome that. This is always a good one to talk to other people about as well, and see if they have some great ideas. Another obstacle that can come up for some people is self-sabotaging behaviours. So are you one of those people that, as you start to lose weight, that you then start to destroy that some way yourself, whether it's through comfort eating, or self-sabotaging behavior can be like procrastination. It can be comfort eating. It can be using like alcohol and drugs as as well. So are you someone that, once you start to do really well, you actually sabotage it yourself? That can be a huge obstacle, and if you can identify that and work out strategies to overcome it, awesome. That would be great. Okay, and then in the booklet, we've also, the next part I've put in a little section to get a support network. I think it's so important to have a great support network around you, particularly when you're going through some, big behavior changes. So what people in your life can you rely on to support you through this? Have you got some people that will not only support you, but, you could ring up when you're really struggling and they could sort of help talk you through it? Or it might just be someone that if you're trying to increase your exercise levels, it might just be someone that you'll exercise with. They could be your support. Again, have a good think about some people in your life that could be part of your support network, and then let them know. Because, if your husband comes home with a packet of Tim Tams and a bottle of wine for Friday night, and you're trying to eat really healthy, but you haven't told him, that's not his fault. So you need to make sure those around you who are in your support network, or even those that are in sort of your immediate circle that you see quite regularly, really make sure they know that what you're doing and what you're trying to achieve, so they do help support you and don't sort of sabotage you. Or if you've got friends that some people might intentionally try to sabotage your results, so you might want to steer clear of those ones for a little while. But hopefully not too many people do that. All right, so let's also have a little reflect on week 1. So go back to week 1's goals, and you'll see underneath there was a section success rate. So I guess you can give yourself a rating. Did you achieve all 5 of them, or however many you achieved, or was there some setbacks that meant you didn't quite achieve some? And remember, it doesn't matter if you didn't achieve them all. It's not a failure. It's just, it's a learning opportunity. Use that to learn from, to help, move yourself forward. We're all about little baby steps towards getting us in the right direction. So, use it to learn from. That's all you can do. So, have a little, if you didn't quite achieve all of them, jot down what obstacles did get in the way, and have a think about how you could have handled that, or how you can handle that better next time that issue arises. So you have got a good strategy to overcome it. So, say, oh, well, so-and-so, my child was home sick from school, so I couldn't get to the 9:30 class. Then, well, if that happens again, what could you do next time? Oh, I could do a, Google, YouTube, find an exercise video that I could do at home, or I could just do a little Tabata session at home. So try to come up with some good little strategies of what you can do next time. And then there's a little couple of lines, just put in, what did you learn? So, what did you learn last week from your goals, and how you went with your, did you achieve them all? Did you not? And what did you learn from that? And then obviously your next step is to set week 2 goals. So again, go back to week 1, have a look at your vision, have a look at your why, have a look at your 3 monthly sort of long-term goals, and then work out from there what week 2 and it might be some of week 1's might just move into week 2, especially if you didn't quite achieve them. But again, just make sure it's just little baby steps moving you towards your big picture at the end. Now, and remember, accountability is a huge part of behaviour change. It's a really great tool while you're in those early stages of change. And I'm here. I'm available to be your accountability partner, so you can hand in your diaries to me. If you want to hand in your week 1 goals, someone asked me that the other day. Awesome. I would love to see your goals and your visions and your whys. That would be lovely for me to see. So feel free to hand in any of that, and I can be your accountability partner, because it is a really important part of this. Otherwise, you can use someone else. You have a partner up with someone from the program, have a buddy. You guys might get together and look at each other's diaries and talk about different obstacles that are coming up, and try to come up with strategies to help each other. So, use each other, and the more help you can get, the better. So I think that's about it for week 2. I was trying to make it a bit shorter this week, and I've managed to do that, so that's good. Hopefully you've all had, a great week 1, and all set and organised to have a great week 2. So just remember, don't rely on your motivation, rely on your commitment to all of these goals. Accountability is a big one, and talk about, get clear on your values, and get uncomfortable, and don't expect instant results, and have a look if you have any self-sabotaging behaviours, and work on making your sometimes behaviours your good ones, your all the time habits. Okay, great. Have a great week. Thanks everybody. Bye.